Okay, we've all seen the headlines about AI in education, right? It's this wild mix of panic, huge potential, and, let's be honest, a ton of hype. But what is actually happening on the ground? Inside a real classroom. Today, we're going to dig into the surprising reality of how AI is really changing the game for teaching and learning.
And look, all this noise, all this panic, it really all boils down to one single massive question. Is software about to make human teachers obsolete? Is this the end? Let's find out.
To really understand where we are now, we have to rewind the clock a little. Remember when ChatGPT first dropped? The education world basically went into a full-blown meltdown. The fear was that no student would ever write an original essay again. That initial panic kicked off this huge educational arms race. I mean, you had this immediate freakout where major school districts like New York City and LA just banned AI tools completely. Then came the wave of AI detectors, trying to start this cat and mouse game to catch students. But fast forward just 18 months, and that hysteria, it's pretty much evaporated, replaced by something way more practical.
That's right, it's a total 180. Not only have those bans been reversed, but today, an incredible 80% of U.S. school districts have teams actively looking for ways to bring AI into the school system. The entire conversation has flipped from keep it out to how do we bring it in?
Okay, so let's get into it, because this is where the story takes a really fascinating and, honestly, unexpected turn. The group that's actually driving this massive shift, well, it isn't who you think it is. I mean, let's be real, the common assumption, the one we all probably had, was that students were behind this, that AI's main job in school was to be a homework machine, a shortcut for getting assignments done. But the data tells a completely different story. As one edtech expert put it, the real power users, the people most willing to actually pay for and use these AI tools every single day, are the teachers. Yeah, it's a total reversal of what everybody, and I mean everybody, expected.
So here's the crucial point. Teachers are embracing these tools at a mind-blowing rate. There are platforms like Magic School, it's basically an AI assistant for teachers, that already have over 5 million users. To put that in perspective, that's estimated to be about half of all the teachers in the United States. It's wild.
So you gotta ask, why is this happening? It's actually really simple. AI is a weapon against burnout. For so many teachers, a staggering 90% of their job is the administrative grind they hate. The grading, the feedback, building assignments, planning lessons. AI just automates that stuff, giving them back their time and, frankly, their sanity. So, while the mainstream system is slowly figuring things out, the truly radical, maybe even crazy experiments are happening out on the fringes. And right now, we're seeing two completely opposite visions for the future of education starting to take shape. And when I say opposite, I mean it's like two different planets. On one side, you've got something called Alpha School. It's a super structured, incredibly expensive private school where AI tutors handle the core lessons. Then on the complete other side of the universe, you've got this chaotic, messy explosion of free AI learning content on social media that people are literally calling brain rot education. Now, at first glance, this brain rot stuff just looks like viral nonsense. You have AI deepfakes of celebrities like Sydney Sweeney or Drake explaining complicated physics, or even Taylor Swift teaching calculus. It sounds insane. But these videos are getting millions of views because they are proving to be unbelievably engaging and, here's the kicker, surprisingly effective ways to teach. So, if you have these wild experiments, from elite AI tutors to viral deepfakes already happening, why aren't they everywhere, right? What's stopping this from just becoming the new normal? Well, let's talk about the real bottleneck. Which, of course, brings us right back to our big question. With AI tutors at fancy schools getting top-tier results and AI deepfakes teaching calculus on TikTok, are we finally at the point where software can replace a human teacher? The expert answer is a pretty firm no, or at the very least, not for a very, very long time. And the reason is that AI is still on the outside looking in. It's not yet at the core of the actual student learning experience. Think about it like this. Right now, a teacher uses AI to generate a worksheet in 5 minutes instead of an hour. That's a huge win for the teacher. But what does the student get? They still just get a worksheet.
Their experience, the way they're actually interacting with the material, is exactly the same as it was before. AI is making teachers way more productive, but it hasn't fundamentally changed the classroom. Yet.
And that brings us to the real gatekeeper. The biggest roadblock to widespread change isn't the technology, and it isn't the teachers. It's the massive, powerful textbook companies. They are the ones who control the content that actually gets into the classroom, and they've been notoriously slow to innovate. Until they decide to embrace these new AI models, widespread change is going to be really, really difficult. So, what does the immediate future look like? Where are we going to see the most progress in the next school year and beyond? What should we be watching for? Well, experts are predicting 3 key things. First, higher education is going to move the fastest. You'll see universities piloting all kinds of programs with OpenAI and Anthropic. Second, we'll start to see AI move from being a teacher's behind-the-scenes tool to being a part of the actual classroom discussion. And finally, we'll start to get a real answer on whether the giant models like GPT-4 are enough or if we need a bunch of smaller, more specialized AI apps for education. And all that leads us to one final kind of provocative thought. What if the future isn't a deepfake of a celebrity? What if the next great leap is the creation of the world's first fully AI teacher, influencer, an entirely new personality designed from the ground up to be the most engaging, most informative, most personalized teacher you could possibly imagine? What would that even look like? And would you want it teaching your kids?